I just talked to Popoff today. You know what? You were asleep. You were in bed when I talked to Popoff today. I don't know when this podcast is going to go out, but Popoff and I spoke, and I was thinking of like just calling you up and getting you the hell out of bed so you and Popoff could kind of reminisce. The 100 free world record. I mean, Popoff couldn't wrap his head around somebody going 46, let alone a 17-year-old. What do you think on that?
Wow, like, you know, looking at his swim, you go, oh yeah, it's possible now that I've seen it. But it's almost like what I liked is, you know, just he looks so much higher in the water that he did previously. So it almost like it had this, you know, obviously there was no real pressure, and there's this confidence that he's had over the last sort of, or he's built over the last year or so. It's just got bigger and bigger. And yeah, I mean, I don't look at his physique because he's very, you know, he's very technical. That front on shot that you showed on your Instagram page of his warm up, you can see his, you know, his angle from elbow to elbow. It's, you know, he gets great rotation. You know, amazing travel per stroke. So, and it's a natural, still a little bit lopey, but he's, you know, he's kind of does swim a little bit like Alex used to do. So,
yeah, there you go. See, like I tried to loop Alex into that. I was trying to get Alex to say, hey, he swims like you, and he wouldn't buy it. But I'm like, I see it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what he's got an advantage of, he's a lighter frame. Alex was still a big bloke. He was 6 foot, you know, Alex 6'8" and 190 odd kilos. And I don't know, David's probably, I'm not sure how heavy he is, but he's probably in the 70s or low 80s. So yeah, so he's got that advantage, massive reach. So, and also I think the way he's swimming it, I mean, there's obviously, you know, he understands that going out fast is a necessity. You can't just do it in the back end, which I think, you know, I think that's the difference. Even when I swam and Alex broke the water record and even Peter to a degree, because, you know, the guys are going out over a half a second faster in that front end and then bringing it back in the same pace. So I think that's, you know, the start. We saw Dressel and in, you know, even Kyle to a degree, you know, they've taken this event because of their skills to that next level. They're coming off that wall with a bit more momentum that, you know, we're used to. So, yeah, it's great to see, and it's something that, yeah, I'm very interested to see if he's going to stand up to the pressure with Caeleb and Kyle next to him at a bigger event. But yeah, I think what an achievement, huh?
Mate, you know what it's like. Like, look, we've all had the ability to push the front end. You know, I've gone out in 22.7, so it's not like, you know, that there's anything, you know, magical about what he's doing on the front end. But mate, he's coming back in 24 flat. Like, yeah. I couldn't come back in 25 flat, and I know that you were pushing just under 25s, but I'm like, this kid's coming back in 24 flat. Like what he's doing on the back end is something like completely out of this world. Like, so I can't explain it.
Yeah. So even when we try and do max 50s, you know, like in training, and you push 24s on a good day, you know, and he's doing that from a turn into a 50 going 24.0. It's just phenomenal. So I think he's got that ability to carry that momentum, which we've seen that obviously him taking into the 200 as well. So technically he's, you know, very sound in terms of just not losing that. When he fatigues, he can maintain that speed, which and you can see that through he doesn't shorten up too much. He keeps his relaxation, and yeah, his length is phenomenal. So yeah, that's I don't know what did Alex say about going 45, because I didn't get to.
Alex just did the math on it. He's like, oh, hang on, let me do the math. He's like, okay, 22.2 and back in 23.7. Yeah, you could do it. Yeah, no problem. Like, yeah, right. But I mean, even Alex said that the pain that you feel on that second 50 is inexplainable. You know what I mean? Like, only people that have been at that pace who know what that feels like. Like I was at the world record pace at 75, and it was like somebody shot me with a shotgun, and I literally stopped dead, like because the pain just set in, and I couldn't sustain it. This kid is getting to the 75 at the same pace, and just kicking on, like just like nothing, like it's just going, and that's unheard of. You know, guys like you've held the world record. Alex has held the world record. You know, people are like, oh, Alex is still living in the 1990s. No, he's not. Like, Alex is the greatest of all time. And so it's like, this guy knows what it feels like to be at the 75 and try and finish a race. Yeah. This kid's doing something completely different, and he's 17 years old. It's just, I think, I don't know. I just can't explain it.
Well, it's almost like the advantage that David's got is that doesn't have to emulate anybody. Like, he's gone this at the age of 17 because it's like, you know, Gennady was the thing that he used to preach to us is that it's a time or a record is just a mental barrier. It's not really you know, that's what someone else has gone, but that doesn't mean that's your limit. So and we always, that's why sometimes people said this when they said, you know, the 50-second barrier took so long to break, because people, you know, the more you talk about it, it becomes a mental barrier. So I think that because he's kind of still pretty fresh and he's not afraid of it and he's got nothing to lose, you know, and I think, and he's swimming instinctively without having to he's not, you know, I was bad at overthinking it and trying to, like, when the pain kicked in, as you said, like I try to stay in control, but, you know, you're shortening up by a centimeter or two and you start going backwards. But I think if he's just swimming instinctively into the wall and just embracing that pain, then I don't know if anyone is going to stop him. The only way, maybe just put so much pressure on him early, but I can't see Caeleb even coming back in 24.0. Or
no,
Kyle, definitely Kyle could, but yeah, so be interesting.